parts of an application. There are actually 3 parts. Part 1 is usually the basic information, contact information, beneficiary choice, things like that, that the proposed insured is going to answer on the application. The second part of the application is the medical and health history. It can be fairly complicated with a lot of people. It just kind of depends on if they're healthy or not or what their medical histories are. But this is where they provide all their doctor contact information, because the insurance company is going to want to work with those physicians to get current records to find out what kind of conditions or treatments have been done with this patient over a particular period of time. So the medical information is very, very important. But then there's a third part. A lot of people don't know this. It's called the agent's report. You're the agent, it's your report. You actually put down your observations of the proposed insured so the underwriter can kind of get a better feel for this person. Because if you just send up the application, maybe it shows a 70-year-old non-smoking female. And the underwriter gets this mental image in his mind of a little gray-haired lady sitting in a rocking chair, when in actuality, this 70-year-old woman golfs twice a week and walks 2 miles every day, and she's really, really healthy, especially for her age. Those are the kinds of things you want to put down to make that person become a real person to the underwriter. It's additional information that you observe or hear as you're working with the client. You want to share that with the underwriter. That's on the agent's report. There's also then, of course, part of that application process, you have to make sure that all the proper parties sign. You sign as an agent or you don't get your commission. Right? Okay, the owner of the policy has to sign, and then if the insured is not the same person, then whoever is being insured also has to sign. Because you can't take out insurance on somebody and them not know it. They have to sign the application. Okay? Changes on the application. Once the application has been completed and signed, the only person who can change that application would be the owner of the policy. So let's say you take an application, you go over it with the client, you thought you got everything, but you got back to your office and you're rechecking the app and you realize that the client missed one little thing on the application, but it's a box that needs to either be checked or there's information that needs to be filled in and they didn't do it. You've got to go back out, take that application, go back out and have them fill it in. Or if they call you and say, hey, I just realized I wrote my old cell phone number down on the application. I just got a new phone. I forgot the number. Can you change that for me? Because that application is signed, you can't change it. You have to take that application back out to the proposed insured, have them cross off the wrong information, initial it, and write in the right cell phone number in this example, because it's signed already. You can't alter that in any way. All right? And then the consequences of an incomplete application, the very first thing the new business department at your home office will do when they get in an application is they're going to check to make sure that everything that is supposed to be answered on the app for this particular product is answered. Because if it's not, they're going to send it back to you, the agent, to go back out and get the rest of the required information. Now, the reason they do this is because if an insurance company would say, well, we're just not going to worry about that question not being answered, and we're going to make an offer, we're going to issue the policy anyway, that means by accepting that incomplete app and creating a policy from it, it means that they're never going to be able to come back and ask for that information, regardless of what happens down the road. So the insurance company is not going to put themselves at risk. They had a question on an app that needed to be answered. It's got to be answered, or they will not issue the policy, because they want full disclosure up front so they know what they're getting into. So they are not ever going to issue a policy without completely filled out applications. Very, very important.